Everyone, it's Brian Holmes here, and I wanted to just share with you some personal recommendations. We've been talking a lot over the course of the last number of weeks and months about personal development, personal growth, personal mastery. And a lot of the ways that I go about learning and growing and being developed personally is that I plug into resources that are just so readily available on the internet, on your smartphones, iPads, whatever, Kindle readers, just all kinds of great stuff. So I want to just give you a few pointers here. Number one, if you really want to make great use of your time, make your automobile a rolling university, a university on wheels. If you spend an hour a day commuting, you would spend not less than probably 10 hours a week learning and growing. Were you listening to audiobooks or podcasts or anything of that kind of nature? The point is that great that the news radio's on, great that sports radio's on, but if you really want to invest in yourself and use your time wisely, then let's use that drive time every day wisely. If it's 1 hour a day, it's 5 days a week. If it's 2 hours a day you drive, it's 10 hours a week. There's just any way you want to extrapolate that. It is great time to be feeding your mind, feeding your spirit man, and growing personally. So I'm going to give you a few things that I do. Number one, if you haven't discovered podcasts yet, you need to discover podcasts, okay? I know there are auditory learners, visual learners, there are kinesthetic learners, all these kind of things, but the truth is we all have a lot of sounds coming in and a lot of inputs coming in via our ears. So let's just choose what we're going to listen to. The thing I love about podcasting is that podcasting gives one the ability to listen to only what they want to listen to when they want to listen to it. You don't have to dial into a radio dial on the AM or FM frequency and hope you're in the car at the right moment or have your radio on at the house in the right moment. You can actually download episodes to your smartphone, to your iPad, and listen to them at your leisure, the car being a great place to do that. So on iTunes, for example, and there's several others out there that you can go look at, but iTunes is kind of the quintessential shopping cart for all these places. But go to iTunes, go to the podcasting category, and then you'll look for categories within podcasting for personal development. Maybe if you're an entrepreneur, there are so many things for self-employed people and entrepreneurs, business things, technical things. Whatever floats your boat, areas you want to grow in, there's something there for you. I'll give you a few that I listen to every single week. This is not an all-inclusive list, but I am a huge fan of Michael Hyatt. His podcast is called This Is Your Life. It's a phenomenal resource. It is just awesome. This guy is so generous with his information, with his tutoring, with his counseling. It's a wonderful resource for you. Also, one of my top favorites is Ray Edwards, The Ray Edwards Show. And just look that up on Google. You'll find Ray Edwards as well. His podcast is great. One of our great friends is Dan Miller, phenomenal leader. He is the author of the New York Times best-selling book called 48 Days to the Work You Love. He's also written a great book called Wisdom Meets Passion. But he has a wonderful podcast, especially for those who are looking to get to work in the area that they're passionate about. It's called the 48 Days Podcast. I encourage you to listen to that. Another great one is Beyond the To-Do List. Beyond the To-Do List. Eric Fisher is the host of that. He interviews great leaders from all over the world on that show about how to be productive, how to find your creativity, how to really zone in on what it is you want to do. I recommend that highly to you. Entree Leadership, which is Dave Ramsey's brand, his Entree Leadership podcast, phenomenal. Always interviewing leaders, always putting out great content for those of us who are leaning toward the entrepreneurial spirit and having our own businesses, etc. Another great one is Chris Licurdo. Chris Licurdo actually hosted the Entree Leadership podcast for a very long time, and now he has spun off with his own program on leadership. Fantastic as well. So look up Chris Licurdo. And then there's other ones out there that are just great stuff. Here's another way that you can listen to audios. I love to read books, but more and more these days I am reading books by listening to them in audio format. There's a great company out there called Audible. It's an Amazon affiliate, audible.com. And any book just about that's out there, you can download it in audio format and listen to it in your car, as you're jogging, exercising, whatever you want to do. But audible.com is a great resource that I believe you get a lot of benefit from as well. The last thing I want to mention to you is, I'm a big iPad guy, a big Apple guy, but There's all kinds of readers out there, both on the Microsoft platform and the Apple platform. But in any event, Kindle has its own reader out there, the Kindle Fire and various other ones. But this is just an iPad that I have here, but you notice that I've got a book right there. You don't have to fill your house up with printed books anymore. You can download books right to your iPad, right to your Kindle reader, right to your Windows reader, whatever you want to do. But the point is that, man, knowledge is available. So as we've been talking about investing in yourself and growing yourself, I encourage you to utilize the time you have to learn. And we'll be putting out more recommendations as we go along here. But I hope that's helpful to you. And just know this, you are your greatest investment. You need to invest in your own life, your own heart, your knowledge base, your skill sets, etc. So take the time, use the time, invest the time to grow yourself through these great tools and others just like them. My name is Brian Holmes. I trust it's been a help to you. Until I see you again, God bless you. May every great success come your way. Thank you.